This is Born in 62, I'm Henrik Jøs. Today's video is for Marcy in South Australia. We will look at the calf today. The calf is a special muscle. Some people love them, some people hate them. Some people seem to have enormous calf muscle by doing nothing, while others work them for years and nothing happens. They might get stronger, but there's no growth at all to see. So today we'll look at how they are made up to try to unlock the secret to how to bring some mass to them. What we have here, drawn by me, this is the thigh bone up here, this is the left leg, this is the right leg. This person, he or she, is standing on the toes, so these round thingies here are supposed to be the heels. The green one here is the Achilles tendon, and this one is the inner part of the calf muscle. This is called the soleus, and the name comes from the flat shape that reminds someone apparently about a sole, that flat fish in the sea. It's attached on the outside here and has this strange shape, and is down here lower the leg attached to the Achilles tendon. On top of that lies the gastrominius, which is divided up in two parts. Seen from the back of the leg, the soleus brings the width to the calf, while seen from the side, the mass will come from the gastrominius. And a lot of people only focus on the gastrominius, and that is actually an error, because if the soleus is fully grown and developed, it will push out the gastrominius and add mass also to the side view of the lower leg. And of course from the front and from the back it will add width to this. Apart from that, the soleus also gives you a nice striation running down the sides of your lower legs, separating the front of the lower leg from the back, and thus giving you a more athletic look. Also, the soleus is also always there when you are doing anything like jumping, bouncing, going up and down on your toes, because it is always active, whereas the gastrominius is only active in some of these movements. The explanation for that is the gastrominius is a polyarticular muscle, meaning that it runs over the ankle joint and also the knee joint. So it runs over two joints, whereas the soleus only runs over the ankle. As with all polyarticular muscles, it works best if one end is stretched while the other is working. So in order to work the gastrominius the best, you have to have straight legs. So if we want to isolate the soleus, we'll have to have bent legs. Otherwise the gastrominius will take over the work. So to isolate this underlying big flat muscle, we have to bend our legs. So today I'll show you what you can do at home. Most home gyms don't have very good machines for working the calves, simply because they are so strong. These muscles are made to carry your weight day out and day in. So in order to work them fully, you have to have either a very big machine or a very big weight stack. And most home gyms don't. So I'll show you today what you can do at home, and next week I'll be at a commercial gym with my friend Peter, and we'll show you how to use one of the machines there. When you don't have a lot of weight to work with, you have to opt for different solutions. One is to do very high reps. And high reps can actually be a blessing here, because, as I said, these muscles are made for walking, running, jumping, and prehistoric man or woman was probably walking for many miles a day in order to gather food or hunt. Also, the Achilles tendon is the biggest and hardest tendon in the whole body, because it is made for jumping up and down, climbing and so on. So in order to work these muscles fully, you need high reps. So if you do, let's say, 3 to 5 sets with 10 to 12 reps, and think that is enough. It's not. You have to do high reps. So the solution at home will be to use whatever weight you can manage and then do as many reps as possible. After that first set with the high reps, you can switch to a solution where you work one leg at a time and do the reps super slow. The Achilles tendon is made for bouncing, so if you work the motion too fast, the tendon will simply take up the action and nothing will go to the muscle. So in order to really blast the muscle, you have to go very slow and get full contractions. You can already imagine that this is painful. High reps and very high contractions, that's gonna hurt. But well, do you want a calf or don't you? This setup is like this. I have a wooden block. You could also use a bumper plate or any other solid object. And I have a bench I'm sitting on, and the distance have to be right. If I'm too close, the movement will be very restricted. If I'm too far away, my heels will touch the ground. I'll not be able to stretch completely. Also, I have a padded board. You can also use a folded towel or an old pillow. And this is the tricky part, I have to lift a weight up sideways and place it on the board. And this is really the limiting factor of how much weight I can use. This is a 20 kilo kettlebell. I have larger kettlebells, but the way I have to lift it up sets a limit here. For the first set, I simply go down low, get a good stretch, and come out here with a full contraction. Down again and up again. I do 100 reps for the first set. I'll not show you 100 reps because it takes time and it's freaking boring, to put it mildly. After that first set, my calves are fried. If I really contract them as hard as I can and stretch them as well as I can for each rep for 100 reps, you can imagine that some acid will build up there and it's pretty painful, but it will be a good set. Then I rest a bit, stretch a bit, and the next thing I do is I work one leg at a time, simply moving the weight over to this leg and not using the other one. That will limit the number of reps somewhat, not as much as I would want to, but still it will give me a little more resistance than before, and it will cut the reps in half. So I'll end up around 40 reps, 50 reps, and I can do it even slower than I'm doing right now while I'm talking. So hold the contraction and calm down again. While I'm not able to use a lot of resistance, this will not give me a lot of mass, but it will shape up the calves a lot, and it will bring me a good pump and a good burn. So this is a great option when you're training at home. Next week I'll show you how to use a lot more weight using machine built for this, so you can add resistance to your lower legs, to your calves, and work that soleus so it will become wide and striated. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. Hope you have some good workouts. Until next week, see you there. Hi.